Again, I get to just sit here and talk to myself while I wait for everything to turn on. So this week has been a big goat week, as you can tell by the title. Do I have to turn myself off? Hold on a second. I have to remember to turn myself off. Okay, there we go. I've turned it off. Oh, Michael made it. How are you? If anybody loves Mitlighter gardening, they should go check out Michael R. He is amazing what he's trying to do. He sent me a CD. Is it a CD or a DVD of the Mitlighter gardening method? And LDS Prepper out here does the Mitlighter garden method and loves it. One of these days I'm going to do it. It would be really nice to have something so simple where you had everything pre-mixed and voila, there's your beautiful garden. So go check him out. Hey, Frederick. Swamp Creek made it. Yay! Oh my goodness, I just looked at my video and I look like I'm totally blending into the wall, don't I? Can you guys not see me? Okay, so Swamp Creek Cabin came and spent 2 days, almost 3 days with us 2 weeks ago, and they are the creators of our beautiful, beautiful stairs that my kids can go up and down and they're safe. So you should go check out Swamp Creek Cabin if you like DIY projects and fun backwoods. That would be fun. Swamp Creek Cabin. Let's see, Essential Mountain Homesteading made it. It looks like they have their internet up and strong. I think last time was the first week they were able to come into our live stream. So Essential Mountain Homesteading, they're the ones we just did the video on about the vertical stairs, the more ladder stairs that turned into storage stairs. We were able to use those yesterday and they worked fantastically. First time that we slept in the loft because we could actually get to the loft. It was wonderful. Hey, Subdriver, why did you retract your message? Frederick is there. Hey, Frederick. Larry Family Homestead. Larry Family Homestead, they're building a tiny house and they're getting ready to move closer to us, which we're super excited to see them and their travels as they cross the US, because Heidi is big into cooking and I can't wait to see what she creates in her tiny kitchen. And Brian is a carpenter and their daughter Heather is an amazing editor and thumbnail creator. She blows my mind. Is that what you said? Subdriver, Julianne is primping just now, on in a few. Oh, you're so right. It took me forever because I kept looking at myself in the camera and thinking, I look like I belong as part of the wall. Darn it. Judy Small said, can you put a link to the gardening method? I don't, well, this is his channel. Judy Small, that is his channel. That is how you spell his channel, Michael R. to the Mitlighter method. Thank you, Subdriver. Don't forget the capital letters so she can read. Yes, if I don't have capital letters, it is a travesty. Thank you, Subdriver, for taking care of me. Swamp Creek Cabin said those stairs they made were awesome. Yes, if you remember, Robert and Deidre, we had that tiny space where we wanted to put in something that didn't take up as much space because the stairs we built together were so big. And I feel like I have the best of both worlds now. It's really nice. Davina, Grace, Gunny, so sunny. Oh, I love your handle. Hi, I'm a fan watching from the sidelines, hoping to jump in on the game someday. You should. Let's see. Essential Mountain Homesteading said, I'm sorry, Mrs. Shenanigans. Yes, we were hoping that Josh could come and help us or at least meet Swamp Creek, but he was moving his family from southern Utah, and that was a better place for him. Okay, so Michael R. Okay, so there's Michael R. This is his other channel, Plant Food Minerals. Again, that's the Mitlighter method. So that's Michael R. Learning Curve Acres. Hi from Lanark Highlands, Ontario, Canada. Big fan of all your doings. Thank you. I love that. And Angelica Speakman said, I love how informative your videos are and your stairs turned out beautiful. This is the first time that I'm able to be on your live video. You're filming, you're awesome. Thank you. That is wonderful. Edible Gardening. Are you in Ontario too? I have such a hard time keeping track. I just assume that everybody knows who everybody is and where everybody is, but when I watch a video, unless you say that you're from Canada, I have a tendency to not realize. Let's see. Okay, so the beginning of, let's see, the babies were due on the 2nd, but they weren't born until I think the 4th. We had 3 bucklings this time. I'm trying to get back to the actual topic at hand. So we had Chai had 2 bucklings, and then Lemon Drop had 1 buckling. It was her first time, and it was a massive buck. And so that was kind of scary. The first birth with Chai went just fine. They both gave birth within 20 minutes of each other. So while we were actually helping with the birth on one, the other one was starting to push, and we're like, not enough hands. So we did, we assisted Chai just a little bit, not very much at all, because when she goes into heavy labor, she'll actually sit like a dog with her butt on the ground and her shoulders up, because she doesn't like what the contractions feel like, so she'll just sit on her butt. And so she had babies right there ready to go, and she was sitting. So we had to kind of coax her onto her side. And then with the other one, she was fully dilated, but her hips, her pelvis was kind of locked in place and not open. And so we had to help her with her buckling, and that was really rough. It was hard on her. It was hard on us. I think the buckling was fine, and she was fine afterwards, but it was kind of an emotional thing for me and my renter, who was trying to learn how to deliver baby goats. Okay, so Laurie Family Homestead said, what is Plant Food Minerals? So Plant Food Minerals is the channel that Michael R. does that is about mitt lighter gardening. And for all those who haven't watched Laurie Family Homestead, they have a really good video lately that was of wooden boxes that are fit together in a way that you can shape them the way you want them, and you can take them apart. You should go see it on their channel. Their garden is fantastic. They're in Florida, about to move to Idaho, but they're in Florida for now. Bee Lady's here. Hey, Bee Lady. Okay, so let's see, back to the goats. I'll try and jump back and forth. So 3 bucklings, born on the same night. The moms were both good moms. They handled everything well. They're both in good health. All the babies are in good health. And we're trying to decide if we're going to sell them as pack animals or if we're going to leave them intact to be daddies later. Mostly we're just trying to get them sold fast. If we're not going to keep an animal, there's no point in getting attached to them and having them around. So they'll be put on bottles and sold here very quickly. And then, so that's what's happening right now. What else is going on? Yesterday, 2 really nice goats came to our house for keeps. One is the half-sister to Chamomile, my favorite doe, and then the other one is not related to our goats, but she has been in the same herd for several years, and I've milked her many times, done friends' chores, and so I'm familiar with her, and she's a really nice doe too. The Monkey Rock 77, I hear goats are nothing but trouble. I love goats. They were one of my first farm animals, and the reason I loved them so much was because I couldn't drink store-bought milk. And I did much better with their milk. When I was a kid, we did have milk cows, and it was a lot of milk. It was a lot of work, and then a lot of times the vet bills that come with a big producer with milk fever and that end up costing a lot of money, whereas if you lose a goat, you lose a couple $100. If you lose a cow, you're losing $3,000, plus all the time it takes to get them pregnant. I mean, it's a pretty big capital investment, time investment to have a cow, but with a goat, it's pretty simple. I love goats. It took us a long time to find our goats we have now that have really wonderful temperaments and wonderful milk and a lot of it. And so goats are my ultimate homestead animal. I have some other ultimate homestead animals, but they are my big homestead animal. Laurie Family Homestead said, you should make a video on goats. I have lots and lots of videos on goats out there, but they're old. I figured once I took them once, nobody would want to see the same thing done again, and so I haven't made any in a long time. I did make one the last few days, just kind of showing little clips of us bringing the goats home, but I haven't done a how-to video with goats for a long time, for a couple years, I think, at least 1 year. So, yeah. Oh my. Monkey Rock 77, a woman I know who had some said the biggest mistake you could make is letting them in your house. With my first goat, she did think she was a human, and if you left the door open, she would come in. And my mom had all her garden starts on the actually under the kitchen table, getting ready to take them out to plant. And my little goat came in and ate her tomato plants. So yes, don't let goats into your house. Mr. Rain is here. Hello. Okay, so the Rains are doing this new project that's on Steemit. Is that right, Mr. Rain? I've been fascinated by your, what would you call it? It almost looks like a blog, but it's looked really cool. So Patrick, Mr. Rain, and his wife Heidi, Rain Country, have been doing these projects on Steemit, which is like a blog post, but they look really cool. And you should go check them out over there. I don't know if it's under the same name though, because I think I found you there from Facebook. It gets a little muddled in my brain. The Monkey Rock 77, what do you think about those little electric milking machines? We used a milking machine with our cows, and I've seen the milking machines, like the $100 milking machines with the little syringe and the pump. With the pressure that's needed for a milking machine to work, sometimes you can blow out your goat's teats, which means that they have a little bit of a hernia on the inside of their teat. And so I'm not a real huge fan of them. I'd rather just have a goat that's really easy to milk and purchase my goat according to her physical traits that I like, rather than owning equipment that kind of makes up the difference. But that's just me, and I don't like the little tubes. I don't like having to clean all that stuff out. It's hard to keep it sanitary. Let's see. I saw somebody say something and then I missed it. Swamp Creek Cam said, not true about the goat videos. I would totally watch more goat videos. Okay, I have it on my list then. If I could catch up on the cabin videos, my goodness, I would do more goat videos. But they're starting to get into the rotation. I still don't have any of my videos from Esther and Nick's at Fauchamatic edited. I don't think I have any of them edited yet. So I have videos from Fauchamatic, and then tomorrow Willow Creek is coming to see us. Willow Creek should be at our house by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to help us build that outdoor shower, which I'm super excited about. And so it's really wonderful to have this many videos backed up and just waiting to be edited, but I feel bad because then they start to get out of chronological order and you guys get really confused. Mr. Rain said, we got chickens. What's next? Goats? Yes. Okay, so Patrick, what is the link for Steemit? Do you have the link for Steemit? Because I would love people to go over and see that because it's really cool. And Heidi, explain to me how the Steemit works, because when I went and looked at Steemit, I did sign up for it because I thought what you guys were doing was awesome. So Rain Country, they're also homesteading. They do herbs, essential oils, everything like that. And the Steemit that caught my attention from Rain Country was the one where they were lifting up their chicken coop, or what wasn't a chicken coop, and turning it into a chicken coop. It was a great article. I felt very educated after reading it, and the pictures were beautiful. So Heidi, can you put up the link to your Steemit for me? The one thing I was wondering about, though, was when I went and looked at it as far as the monetization of it, it looks like what you do is you purchase products that are on kind of like their Amazon type page. But Heidi said that you can actually cash it out, but I don't understand how that works. So I need Heidi to educate me about that. Learning curve for acres. I have chickens and quail. I would love a couple goats. I miss my quail. I came across some of my old footage today talking about moving my quail between different pens and how much I enjoyed having them in the greenhouse, because one thing, I've never had a bug problem in my greenhouse. My quail, the first year I did have a problem, but I didn't have my quail in there. The second year I had no bugs. I had one lone grasshopper in my greenhouse, and that was it. No pill bugs, no nothing. This year, my renter has replanted like 4 or 5 times, and the pill bugs and other bugs keep eating everything all the way down. And I know that that problem would not be there if my quail were still out there. So yes, so I really miss my quail. The Monkey Rock 77 said, I had a cow once. I love the fresh milk all the time. Yes, the fresh milk from the cows is wonderful, and there's so much of it. We lost 3 cows to milk fever, different years, and they cost us $3,000 a piece, plus we had the milk machine. And even though they are a huge boon to the homestead, for a family as small as ours, we have plenty of milk with, you know, one goat milking at any given time. So we stagger them. One is pregnant while the other one is being milked. But our goats give a gallon of, at least a gallon, if not a gallon and a half of milk a day. So we get plenty of milk from them. Willow Creek is here. Having to clean everything would be more obnoxious than hand milking, I think. See, and that's my opinion, is I love things just to be clean, sterile, no tubing, no nothing. So Willow Creek, they're going to be here in the morning. We're going to build outdoor shower, unless they look at the lumber that we have and they're like, nah, I don't think we can do that. In which case we will build, sounds like a chicken coop. We also have a whole bunch of insulation we could put in. But I think that sounds like an itchy, horrible job, a horrible way to treat guests. So I don't think we're going to do that. I need to go down a little bit. Whimsical Wonder Farms, hello. Okay, Paul Cree 69 said goats are great, but they tie you down unless you have wonderful renters. What we did is we rented out our big house to go on our big adventure, and the renters that we chose wanted to farm, and so we left all of our livestock at home for them to experience. We sold our biggest producers because I didn't want to scare them off with this huge glut of milk, and left them with my easiest milkers that didn't give quite so much milk. And it's been wonderful. My renter and I take turns with whatever chores need to be done if she can't be there. Most of the time, she and her family takes care of everything. Granted, we don't actually have possession of the animals anymore. The milk goes to her family, and the eggs go to her family because she's the one that took care of them in the winter. But they're still my animals, and she's getting food out of them. And now we brought a few more goats, and now we have enough milk to share for everybody. And when we have this new chicken coop put up, we'll go get our ducks back we'll go buy more ducks, because she'll keep her livestock that she's already taken. And so we're just filling in the corners. But as far as, I don't know, it's been nice for me. It's been nice for her. They're a homeschooling family, and so they are home a lot, same as us, and we're trying to figure out a way to have one of us take the morning milking, one of us take the night milking, so we just milk once a day. That, and I have neighbors around that can come do chores. We really don't feel tied down by our goats. Okay, Swamp Creek said, what, you don't need to sleep, just post videos constantly. It's so true, I don't need to sleep. Okay, Rain Country put up the link. It's steemit.com/@raincountry. You guys should totally go check it out. I have been amazed by what they've been putting up. And Heidi, I don't know how you do it, because it just looks so professional. I mean, it just looks so professional. It's so hard to get professional. I think people who don't create content, whether it be in a blog or on YouTube, don't realize how hard it is to get a really good photo and to put things into words. I think it's harder for me to put things into words than it is for me to take a video. So I really applaud Heidi for being able to do that. Okay, so Rain Country said, I love it because I can link my YouTube videos, but add on to them and make it all more interesting to all people, whether they like to watch, listen, read, or just look at photos, which I think I've noticed that. It looks really neat. Learning Curve Acre said, you are the reason I got my quail. So what kind of quail do you have, Learning Curve? Do you have the Coturnix? Mr. Rain said, dang, Willow Creek, wish we were there to help out the Dirts. I know, wouldn't that be a fun party? I'd love if everybody I know just came over to my place and we just had one big day and we were finished and we could just have a big potluck. What would also be fun would be like a hoedown. Like if we had like a dance floor and we could get the kids out and have somebody come and fiddle. My dad used to take my sisters and I to social dances when we were kids, because my dad's a big dancer, and the community dances and stuff like that, and they were so much fun. So much more fun than like going to a big party and just sitting around and visiting, or turning on a movie for kids or stuff like that. And we have the big fire pit. Wouldn't that be fun? There's no way for me to get everybody here, but I would love it. Let's see. The Monkey Rock 77 said, one of the ranches I worked on where I was 16 bought 100 chickens, starts chicklings. Yes, I did that once when we were still living in town. I bought 100 chickens. A little backyard is a hard place to keep 100 chickens. they fly over and get eaten by dogs. Ryan Country said, you do not have to buy anything on Steemit to earn money. You just do the work. There's no monetary investment. You can even earn money from the comments on other people's posts. I don't understand how that works. If there's no ads, then who pays the money? That's the part that I don't understand, because YouTube and every other platform I know of, there's an ad that plays. And it looked like the only way you could spend the money was on like other people's t-shirts and stuff like that, kind of like an Amazon store. And I know you kind of explained it to me on Facebook, but I just need to look into it further, because that would be awesome if it totally worked. I'm curious to know what the source of the income is. Chi-Town Mountain. Oh, I went too far. Where I went too far. I went way too far. Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure it out. B-Lady Apiary said, hi, Heidi. Yes, I saw Brad's video about Steemit.com. Interesting. Oh, no, I'm totally missing. Willow Creek, what are you saying? Who's being treated horribly? Oh, because of the insulation. I've never done insulation before, and I'm terrified to do it, because John keeps looking at me. He's like, you're going to hate it. You're going to want to duct tape gloves onto your hand, and you're going to need to have like a full face helmet thing so that you don't get pricklies all over you. It just sounds horrible to me. So I thought I would do it like after you guys are gone and we're not doing the project anymore. I thought that would be the morning that I would actually focus on it, because then I could pull all the bedding out of the house. I could put lids on boxes so that all the little pricklies aren't getting into everything, and then I could just get it all done. Okay, Whimsical Wonder Farm said, I have milking goats. I agree. Get goats that can be hand milked so you don't need equipment. Yeah, I think it's the way to go. A good goat eats just as much as a bad goat, and so if there's something wrong with their teats or something, you can get a goat with good teats and good milk, and you'll be happier in the long run. Laurie Family Homestead said, how will supply water to the outdoor shower from your hand pump well? Yes, but we have to haul it. So what we're planning on doing is having one of those agricultural sprayers that pressurizes, and we'll fill it from the pump, take it to the outdoor shower, and then pour the boiling water into it so that it mixes, and then we can use it like that. It is, I don't want to say it's the bane of my existence. I love not having running water. It makes me very purposeful about my actions, about how many dishes I have around, about how much laundry I have around. I love the purposefulness that is pressed upon me by not having running water. At the same time, it is rough not having running water. I you know, every couple hours I send the girls out to the pump to fill up another gallon of water. It takes me about a quart of water to wash one set of dishes, you know, 4 plates, 4 cups, 4 silverware. But pans take a long time, because if I have to scrub them, it takes more water. And so we've been doing this for, I think, 3 days now, where we're in just the shed instead of being in the RV anymore. And it's been a process, and it's an enjoyable process. It's part of what I love about being off-grid is when you take everything away, it helps you really analyze what things you want to bring back in. And we don't have a fridge right now, and we don't have running water. We have a porta potty outside a little further away from the house. And so we have a fridge plugged into the renter's garage that's inside the garage, a little fridge, so that we can put milk in it in the morning if they're not up when we take the milk in, and then we share the milk. And we've lived without refrigeration before. It's not a big deal. If we have chickens and rabbits and we feel like we need meat for the day, we can go out and butcher one, which is how they used to do it, or they'd have salted meat. And so it's all just an interesting paradigm shift to take everything away and then see what things you want to add back in. I know we won't get sick because I know how to do it. There's no worries there. But it's just, it's an interesting process to decide what creature comforts are the most important to you and what you're willing to do to get them. Let's see. Tiffany Nash is here. Hello. So Rain Country. So you said you're earning more from Steemit than you are from YouTube, but have you actually seen a check yet? Because that's the thing that gets me is that if they're not forthcoming with the source of the funding, how do you know that it's real money? I mean, if you've actually had like a bank exchange at this point, I would love to know that. It just it seems like an amazing platform. I guess the way I would put it is it seems too good to be true. Travail said, how easy is it to separate cream from goat's milk without any equipment? Not easy. It almost has to go rancid in order for it to separate correctly. But on eBay, is it eBay or Amazon? They have a cream separator from Eastern Europe that works amazingly well. You have to do it when the goat's milk is still warm, but it separates it out really, really nice. It's amazing. One of them even comes with a butter churn that attaches to it. It has this hand crank on the side, and it's phenomenal. Let's see. The Bee Lady Apiary said, Mr. Rain, I was going to ask if you watched Brad's video about Steemit. Subdriver said, your lighting is really good tonight. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I feel like I look like this beige taupe woman against a beige taupe wall. Tiffany says, wish you were staying at my house tonight. Right now, while we're at Daytona Beach. That sounds beautiful. It's hot there right now, though, isn't it? I mean, it was 90 here today. Is it not just miserable? Edible gardening, a little off topic, but I remember when my goats left their pasture and decided it's a good idea to feast on the blue tarp covering the woodpile. Goats are awesome, but they like strange food. Yes, I don't know what's wrong with some goats. I've only ever had one goat that likes to eat weird things, but she would eat rope, she would eat tarps. We did not like the flavor of her milk, and she had some problems with birthing. So I kind of wonder if it isn't somewhat like a mineral deficiency sometimes. Hello, that was very kind. I have such a hard time figuring out when these buttons pop up. Okay, thank you. It flusters me though. Simple Life, thank you. That was very kind. Let's see. Laurie Family Homestead said, going over to Steemit. Thank you, Rain. It's hard to make a good video. Thank you for sharing. Yes, for sure. Bee Lady. Okay, let's see. That one's for Bee Lady. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how this works. The blue button always just gets me, and I don't understand it. Okay, I'm going to try and scoot further down. Oh, I can't figure it out. Helios Higgins said, I got some mint. I hope it survives. I think the only way you can kill mint is if you put wood ashes on it. And otherwise, it just spreads everywhere. But if you put wood ashes on it, your mint will die. Mr. Rain said, Brad from Big Family Homestead? I assume so. Chi-Town Mountain says, I just hate how censored YouTube has become. Yes, it's very true. I am frustrated with it. For instance, this weekend, if Willow Creek Homestead wants to, we have a whole bunch of rabbits to butcher over at the Renters. And I would love to make a video of it, but I don't think I can. All of my butchering videos have been flagged. And in fact, I think I have one that wasn't even necessarily butchering related. I've had a lot of videos flagged lately. It's been super fun. Frederick Nolan said, check out my other YouTube subs. How far could you squirt while milking the cows? My grandma could hit the cat in the mouth at 10 feet. Cat didn't let a drop go by. It's very true. Let's see. Oh, I'm so behind on questions. Oh, no. Let's see. Julie, it's like Bitcoin. Oh, okay. Laurie Family Homestead. So Yes, I wish we could be there at Dirt Patch to work and spend time together someday. Well, and that's what we're planning on. When they get closer and they're in Idaho, we plan on doing quite a few collaborations with each other. We are super excited because the place that they're moving to is absolutely gorgeous. It would be like a dream come true just even to see what they're doing. Okay, B Lady April said, Julie, watch Brad's tech video on it. I will, for sure. I just know that, well, I signed up for Steemit and I went and looked at it, and their information page, that was the information they gave me, was that it's like a community credit. And as nice as community credits are, they don't feed your goats with hay. Instead, you have to buy somebody's t-shirt if you want to cash it out. And so I don't know very much about Bitcoin. But what I loved was the quality of what Raintree was putting up. And if they are switching over to that, I think that is an incredible platform. Rain Country said, I'm still learning as I go, and it is hard to grasp. Zach from an American Homestead is real helpful to me. He understands much better about cryptocurrency works. I don't even know what cryptocurrency is. Mr. Rain said, no, by the way, you just won the lottery. All you have to do is send us $2,000 in taxes to receive the $1 million prize on Steemit. Right? Crazy days. What? Wanda as in Deep South Homestead has a new channel? Crazy days, really? I did not know that. Subdriver said, get a Tyvek suit to wear while putting it on. What? Oh, for the, oh, I'm so far behind. Okay, guys, I got to skip down. Let's see. Okay, Chi-Town Mountain said, Julie, I'm in Chicago, so the only goat milk I've ever had was from the grocery store. Yuck. It was the most awful thing I've ever tasted. I have heard you talk about sweet goat's milk. That is like cow's milk. Yes, my goats are more like cow's milk. They don't have any nasty in them. Yeah, the stuff at the grocery store is disgusting. B Lady Apiary said, our shed looks comfy. It's getting better every day. Let's see. Okay, Chi-Town Mountain, where from or how, why is it different? It's because it's young. If you're drinking raw milk anyway, you want to drink it the same day. You don't want to drink it 7 days later. And the heat process can change it, and light exposure can change it, the flavor. Frederick Nolan said, try a little sand to scrub those pans. We don't actually have any sand in our area. We have silt. But I thought about that a couple times, that they used to use sand to scrub pans, and I think it's a brilliant idea. Willow Creek, yes, I agree. If you can get it from a local farmer, that's a great idea. Angelica Speakman said, we haul water here. I am good with that you learn how to conserve our resources. Yes, I love being able to conserve things. I love to kind of be mindful of what I'm using. And I think it's good for little girls' muscles to haul a gallon of water every couple hours. I think that's a good thing. I do wish I could clean my pots a little faster. I'm aggravated by that, so I need to figure out a better system. Mom Half Hippie said hello from Wisconsin. Mr. Rain said, Julie, how many goats do you need to keep in milk? I keep 1 goat in milk at any given time because my goats give 1.5 gallons a day. So I could milk my goats for 2 years. They're very prolific milkers, but I breed them once a year and I just switch them. They'll milk for about how long will they milk? About 6 months, and then I'll switch them. And that way they're nice and rested. And I make a pretty good amount of money by buying bum lambs to put on the goats and also by selling the babies. So it's one of the ways that before I had YouTube, it's how I paid for my farm. Essential Mountain Homesteading, what do you think about goats in the mountains? I love goats in the mountains, and if you are somebody who wants to have animals and wants to be farming, I love goats. If you want to be somebody who can leave the mountains occasionally, because it's one thing to be in the mountains because you have predators, it's another thing to be in town where you can still get like roaming packs of family poodles and stuff, and they'll still attack your dogs, or they'll still attack your goats. But I think if you're going to have farm animals in the mountain, you need to be pretty dedicated to a farming lifestyle, just because of the predators and the fact that if your neighbors are only up there sporadically, you'll never know when they're around to be able to do chores for you. So I think it's a process if you want to have animals in the mountain. I mean, my grandparents and my parents had cabins up in the mountains. We never took our livestock up with us because it was meant to be kind of like a sanctuary from work, and the animals are a lot of work. So I think if you really want to, you'll find a way. And if you don't want to, you know, keep life simple, if that makes sense. Let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I am missing a whole ton. Mama Half Hippie said, how many goats do you have now? We just bought 2. We have 2 more babies showing up tonight, and then we already had 3, but then we had another 3 bucklings. I don't know how many goats we have right now. We're milking 4 babies on them, and then we will, by the end of tonight, we'll have 5 babies, all told. Willow Creek said, we are gun shy to slaughter rabbits, so doing it with you first would be amazing. So maybe we'll add that into the agenda for tomorrow. Let's see, what else am I missing? The Monkey Rock 77 said, horse milk is sweet. I've never tried horse milk. I have drunk sheep's milk. Sheep's milk is good. Keeping a Dutch has made it. Awesome. Dutch, have you ever milked your sheep? I guess we're talking about milk right now. We had a bum lamb that had lambs every year. And so we would milk her. Let's see, should I just try and scroll all the way down because I can't keep up? Mama Half Hippie said, use one of the chainmail scrubbers. It makes it go faster. That's a good idea. I should totally do that. Okay, Willow Creek said we need to talk goats tomorrow. Okay, sounds good. Do we have llamas in Idaho? Yes, we do have llamas in Idaho, but we don't personally have them. Mom Half Hippie said, what breed of goat do we lean towards? I always go with Alpine. My first goat was an Alpine, and she was an amazing goat. We've had Nubians that we really liked. We've done Oberhausley and La Mancha, but my first love is always Alpine. They're very quiet, and our girls have exceptional milk. Food Security said, roaming packs of poodles. It's very true. You'd think your Cocker Spaniels and poodles, because they're good family pets, would not go after other animals. But I mean, everybody knows that, like, dogs will come and kill your chickens. They'll do the same things for your goats. When we lost Cloud, that was what happened. A neighbor's dog came in and killed her. It was very sad. Keeping a Dutch said, first time I ate goat was in Iraq. It was very good. We eat goat too, as long as it's not a rank billy goat. It's pretty good. A lot of people compare it to venison, but I don't think it tastes like venison. It kind of has its own thing. Angela Speaksman said, your children are very helpful little girls on the farm. That is wonderful. You have a wonderful family. God bless you. Well, thank you. Laurie Family Home said, silly question, can you have llamas in Idaho? Yes, and also alpacas. Hey, Dutch, hit the like button, guys. Thank you. Okay, so Dutch has never milked his sheep. If you have one that's tame enough, I would say you should try the milk. We thought it was even better than our goat's milk. Yeah, sheep are much harder to milk than goats because their teats are this long and they point out sideways instead of down. And so it's like milking with just your fingertips, and it's kind of hard. Stravale said, which breed of goat has the tastiest, fattiest milk? Okay, oh, thank you. Keeping it Dutch said, thank you. Okay, I've got to hit the button, right? I'm supposed to hit it. Okay, thanks for live streams. You do a great job. Thank you. Thank you, Keeping it Dutch. So the goat with the tastiest, fattiest milk, The Nigerian dwarves have very fatty milk, and we've had Nigerian dwarves before, but I don't like to milk them. I like to milk the mixes, like a mini Nubian, which would be a Nigerian dwarf mixed with a Nubian. I like them because their teats get longer. They give significantly more milk, but they're about half the size of a standard. That was very kind. Let's see. Okay, Rain Country said, I thought it would be cool to have sheep that give wool for fiber arts and milk too, but is there one breed that would be good for both? You get the East Frisian. Mine was a Suffolk, and she gave quite a lot of milk. She gave a lot of milk for a sheep. Sheep don't give as big a quantity as goats, and they have a shorter milk period. They haven't been necessarily bred to have the hyper big udders like cows and goats have now. So you get less milk for a shorter duration. But if you have a tame sheep, I think it's a fun experience. And but that's just me. I'm a crazy farm person. What do I know? I am nuts. But mine was a Suffolk, and Suffolks have long wool, and they are good, fast-growing meat breed, and they gave a lot of milk. So that's what I had, was a Suffolk. Jennifer Phillyha, have you ever dealt with precocious udder or false pregnancy? No, I've never had that problem. We did have a miscarriage once, but that was because my sheep actually butted one of my milk goats in the belly when she was only like 2 weeks pregnant. So that was frustrating. Let's see if we can go down a little bit. Are we at the end? Yay! Okay. Frederick Nolan said, Boer goats for meat. Yes, Boer goats are good for meat. I prefer sheep. I prefer sheep a lot because they have so many different things they do for me. They graze differently. So when I have goats on a pasture and then I put sheep in, they do different things. They eat different things. They eat at different depths. And so it makes my pasture healthier to have both goats and sheep. And I love to have the wool. And so I don't like Boer goats because they don't give very much milk. They're just a one-purpose animal. They don't give me wool. They don't give me a lot of milk. All they do is give me goat meat. And whenever I keep an animal, they have to do more than one thing. So with my milk goats, I have my milk goats, and then I sell babies, and I give the milk to pigs, and I give the milk to chickens. And so with my milk goats, they're doing more than one thing for me, and they do it really well. Keeping a Dutch, I need to try milking my sheep and see if my kids, they'll tell the difference. They'll be able to tell the difference. It's quite a bit richer. Angelica Speakman said, I would like to see more videos on sheep shearing, spinning wool, dyeing wool, as well as what kind of cheese have you made with goat's milk. And I'm working on that right now. I keep looking around and seeing all these projects I want to film, and then I remember that my cabin isn't finished. Food security tech, thank you. That was really kind. I need to click something, right? Click something. Thank you. That was very kind. I appreciate it. Okay. So I get so confused trying to figure out how those buttons work. I want to make those videos, but right now I need my family to be really comfortable, and all of these skills that I have require a lot of time. And so in order to make dinner and do the homeschooling and do the goat milking and everything, my systems have to be very straightforward. They have to be very simple, and things have to stay very tidy. And right now, because we don't have the cabin finished, everything is kind of in flux. And so I want my story that I'm telling to be attractive rather than looking jumbled. And so I just keep putting it off. I just keep not doing it, not making these videos, because I don't want it to be half-baked. I want to be able to make an informative video that tells you from beginning to end how to do it, and I don't want to be interrupted by some weird process of building the cabin right in the middle of showing cheese, if that makes sense. Let's see. The Simple Life said, I love your hair, Julie. Oh, thank you. I like my hair too. I can't wear it down anymore. Last time I had my hair down, I was trying to paint the floor in the girls' room up in the loft, and I dipped both my braids into the paint bucket. And so now I pretty much just wear it up in the bun, which is too bad. I've actually thought about cutting about 6 inches off lately because it's driving me crazy. Willow Creek Homestead said, I need to try some goat's milk cheese. It looks so good. The one that we really like that we've made has been creme fraiche. And we've made some mozzarella. We've also made cheddar. Our cheddar curds are very good, but it's a 7-hour process. So once we have the chicken coop done up, you guys could totally come up when we have a glut of milk, and we could make cheese together and do a video out of it too. I think we should, you know, if you're willing to come up, you know, have YouTube channel will travel. If you're willing to come up, I would love to do any of those videos if you guys want to come up and do it with me. All sorts. Hello. Okay, so do I need to move down again? Okay, there we go. Rain Country said the sheep's milk is richer than goat. Yes. People look at me a little bit strangely when I say this, but I breastfed both my babies. And sheep's milk tastes like human milk. They taste the same. They have kind of more, I don't know if they have more, what's it called, lactose in it, but that's what sheep's milk tastes like, only it's just a little bit thicker. Don't ask me why I know what it tastes like. I just do. I don't actually remember why I know, but that's what it tastes like. Frederick Nolan said feta cheese and mozzarella. I don't remember if I'd made feta or not. I probably have. Keeping a Dutch. Thank you. The Monkey Rock 77. I like living 10 minutes from Walmart. I don't need off-grid. Well, and I live 15 minutes from Walmart, but I can't eat what they grow at Walmart. It makes me sick, and I think it makes a lot of people sick, and that's why we don't eat what grows at Walmart. Let's see, Tiffany Nash said, coming your way in September, let's make some cheese. Let's do it. Totally. Boba Fett said, I like your channel. Thumbs up. Homesteading the Pioneer Way said, I have made goat's cheese when I had a goat. Yes. Okay, what time are we? Okay, we got 12 minutes left. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go take my kids home because I'm waiting for 2 more goats to show up tonight. So, okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. Angelica Speakman said, I sew for a living. I was watching a video of a sewing project and I saw that you have an awesome treadle machine. Is it harder to work on than the new sewing machines? I thank you. More to look forward to. I like my treadle. It has a straight stitch. It doesn't have a zigzag and you can't reverse. And so finishing off your ends or doing anything that has stretch to it is a little difficult with the treadle. You can get the, I think it's the genome insert that goes into the old-fashioned treadle stand. And it's just different. You can't do as many intricate things with the treadle. They have all these really cool attachments that let you do different things. But unless you're somebody who really studies the books for your individual machine, it's hard to make them do things that are quite as intricate as standardly. Does that make sense? More on your tiny house addiction. Me too. Yeah, I do have a tiny house addiction. John turned and looked at me 2 days ago and he said, you know, this actually is enough space. It feels like it's just fine. It doesn't feel crowded. It just feels like a good space to live in and a good space to sleep in, and there's room for everybody and there's room for everything we need to do. It feels like a very nice space. And ours is just under 400 square feet. So Helios Higgins said sheep's milk, like cantaloupe. Yes, it's very, very similar to cantaloupe. Robert A. said, do you get hassled being off-grid? Not yet. We might later. I'm not sure what they could come after us for, though. We're not using an outhouse. We're using a porta-potty. We're not contaminating anything. We just don't have electricity. And so we're waiting to see how that goes. Laurie family, good night. Thank you. Rain Country said you can buy a brand new treadle machine like mine that has reverse zigzag and stitches. Love my Genome and use it to sew everything. If I didn't already have my treadle, I would go for the Genome. I have seen it and it looks amazing, but I already have 2 sewing machines and I think John would shoot me if I got another one. Okay. Will Creek said, I need to keep frantically getting ready to leave tomorrow. LOL, I woke up and thought it was Wednesday. Oh, it isn't. LOL, we leave tomorrow. I lost a whole day. Okay, we will see you tomorrow. Melinda Hoffman said, hello, where are you located? We are in Idaho. Simple Life, we appreciate y'all. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Okay, I am going to take off then if I don't see any more questions. Peoria Dude said, living out in an RV probably makes the shed house feel bigger. Yes, it totally does. Okay, so I'm going to sign off then and go home and rescue my renter from brand new baby goats that she's having to take care of on her own. So we will talk to you later.